Why are some people still on Windows 7? So, many users have upgraded their operating system to the latest version, but many still use Windows 7 and refuse to move on. Their reasons vary from stubbornness to not wanting to spend money. So, the first reason is Windows 7 works with older hardware and software. Windows 7 has been around since 2009. While it's almost becoming an afterthought in the world of Windows, some people still stick with it. For one thing, it works on older hardware and software, while many of the systems released when Windows 7 first came out are now obsolete. Plenty of people are still using them. The operating system was designed to work with computers that run on 32-bit or 64-bit processors, meaning they could run on almost any device between 2001 and 2011. A newer version of Windows requires more recent hardware and software, which means it cannot run on those older devices. This can be frustrating for users who have invested a lot of money into their computers. They may not be able to afford new ones just yet and would rather keep working with what they have until they can replace them at some point down the road, if ever. Second reason is it's familiar, it's easy to use. Windows 7 is your familiar, comfortable old pair of jeans. They feel weird when you wear a new pair. The legs are too tight, the waistband is too loose. They don't fit like you are used to fitting. But when you go back to your old jeans, they fit like a glove. You know exactly where the pockets are and how high up the waist will be when you sit down. And sometimes, when you've been wearing those old jeans for too long, they get holes in them. But those holes are still familiar, they are still part of who you are and what makes you comfortable. So, this was an example of that particular thing of jeans, and we are going to do something with this one as well. So this is how it felt if you have ever used an older version of Windows and then upgraded to a newer version. Okay, you might have noticed that the new system didn't feel quite right. It happened with me as well when I was using Windows 7 and then I suddenly jumped to Windows 10. It was very difficult. It was different. It took some getting used to, but it wasn't necessarily better. But the Windows 7, everything is familiar. So the third reason we are going to look at here as well. It works fine for what people need it for. You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's especially true when you consider how many years Windows 7 has been around and how many people still use it daily. And the fourth reason I'm going to tell is it doesn't require a lot of memory or processing power to run smoothly. One of the best thing about Windows 7 is that it's not nearly as picky about the hardware you use it to run it. Actually, if you give any kind of hardware to this kind of an operating system, it will take not like today. This was the perfect operating system for a desktop computer, Windows 7. So personally, I would request Microsoft to bring back Windows 7. That's my personal request. I know they're not going to hear me or they're not going to hear you as well. But personally, I need an operating system for the future which works on anything. So thanks for watching this video. See you all again next time in another video.